Number two is Marxism and truth or knowledge, right? This is something that we talked about in both Plato and Nietzsche. So, is Marxism and truth knowledge is Marxism, something that does Marxism think we can get beyond the ideological? Um, uh, Truth and knowledge as a social material truth, not an individual and idealistic or idealist truth, and truth as a dialectical process. Okay. Number three, philosophy of difference. This is about class. So if you're interested in the idea of class as a social category or analytic category, you want to get into this one. So it's all about class, proletariat, thoughts like that. Okay, I've contextualized this in terms of the multicultural world that we live in now. Most people don't talk about class. In American culture specifically, class seems to be something that's suppressed or taboo or provocative, and people seem to prefer to talk about race, gender, and sexuality more than class. So I framed it within a multicultural debate there to give you some, more ammunition or more contextualization to work with. Marxism and the division of labor argument. Again, uh, this is central to Marx. It's central to capitalism in general, or understanding capitalism. So, I gave you some, more background on this, sort of explained it or explored it in a more specific way, since in the Communist Manifesto there's not, a huge amount on that, although it is mentioned. And then again, do you agree or disagree with the division of labor argument? How is it used in the Communist Manifesto? And how do you apply the argument to today's world? Okay, those three basic questions are the three basic questions that you want to answer in whatever your proposal is. The logic of capitalism, again, so I go through sort of the thinking on this. Um, I personify capitalism at times, speak in the voice of capitalism, again, just the thinking out loud, sort of a trick to get you to think about things. Number six, Marxism, capitalism, and democracy. That goes in hand with the last discussion board. And finally, a dialogic. So if you want to work between three authors, if you work better in a comparative way, I've given you a dialogic model to work with the first three writers that we're dealing with. And I gave you an example fragment of how you could do this. So this is an alternative writing idea here, okay, that you want to keep in mind.